Hello fellow book lovers, my name is Megan J. Collins, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. While I was at Barnes & Noble a few weeks ago with my sister, I did a video about that Barnes & Noble trip, so I'll put it down in the description if you want to watch that. I saw that Rick Riordan came out with a new Percy Jackson book. Personally, I love Percy Jackson. I like the main three, Percy Jackson, Annabeth Chase, and Grover Underwood. They are what definitely got me into reading and then eventually writing. So this will always have a very special place in my heart, and I'm excited. I haven't even read like the description for this. All I know is I think it's supposed to be like a road trip that the three of them take before either going like to college or something like that. And so I'm excited to find out what the gang is doing back together again and what's gonna happen. I also went to Barnes & Noble today and I got the second book. I haven't read the first one, but I have the second book now. It was just $3 off, so I was like, you know what, might as well. It's girl math. Probably will get this book eventually, so I got it now. So I have the first two when I haven't even read the first one, but we're not gonna talk about that, okay? I figured it would be fun to actually read the back with you because I don't even know anything. As what I've said before, I think it's a road trip. That's all I've heard, but that was a few years ago because I heard that when like Trials of Apollo was coming out, that Rick Riordan was wanting to do that. Don't know if he changed his plans, but let's see. They're not letting him into university unless he completes 3 trials. Okay, this is gonna be fun. I like that it's going back to the main group. I think it's gonna be a 3-book series because they said it's 3 trials, but I'm really excited for this. Percy and Annabeth are my main two. I have loved them from the very moment that I found out about them, and so I'm excited to see them together, and I'm excited that Grover's back with them because I love Grover. I love him so much. But let's get into it. Okay, so this was made in 2023, so I'm a little behind on that. Sorry. I know that I'm definitely not in the target audience because the target audience is middle schoolers, but I can be a middle schooler at heart. I'm not even gonna read the chapter titles because I don't even want any spoilers for that. I get flushed. Is that like the bathroom scene in the first book? Because that iconic. I'm so upset that the first movie they didn't include that. I've never seen the TV series just because I just like the books and I like my own little picture of the books in my head, and after like the movies I just don't want to, but you can tell me in the comments if you think I should watch it. Okay, I love the fact that it's starting out very similar to The Lightning Thief. Like, look, I didn't want to be a half-blood. Look, I didn't want to be a high school student. Sorry, high school senior. I've only read like a few paragraphs, but it's so nice to be back in Percy's head. I love Percy's head, his sassy little remarks, and this is very much Percy Jackson and the Olympians, which it does say Percy Jackson and the Olympians on the front. But I like that we're going back into his head because it's very familiar. Like, I love that Rick Riordan's expanding the universe with all like the Roman gods and Trials of Apollo and everything like that, and the King Chronicles. But there's just something about being in Percy's head that's very nostalgic and it's very home-like. And so I'm glad we're going back here because I've definitely missed it. I know when I was reading Heroes of Olympus, I've read them all, but I only really reread Percy and Annabeth's chapters just because they're like the original, and so I really like them. So it's really nice to be back in his head. You know, I get what it's like to have no lockers. My high school had no lockers. We didn't have kid-sized desks, but we didn't have lockers. However, we didn't have textbooks, so we didn't have to carry like that much stuff. Is Percy gonna join the swim team? Because I would love that. Annabeth! I know she's not in this chapter right now, but he said her name, and that's enough for me. Okay, I figured she was definitely not. I don't know if she's a monster. She's probably, because she's not attacking him. I think she's probably like the counselor, by the way. That's what I'm saying by she. I think she's, I don't know if she's a like a goddess. She might be like a nymph or something. I love Riptide. I love that scene in Magnus Chase where we find out that Riptide's a girl and that what is Magnus's sword? What's it called? I think it's called Jack or something like that. And I just love that Magnus's sword has a crush on Riptide. It's so cute. Totally not what we need to know in the fandom, but let's be honest, we actually need to know that. So she is like a nymph. She's a Nereid, a sea spirit. So I was right. I'm pretty sure he gets that look from Annabeth. Let's be honest. It is unfortunate that he just can't have the previous gods just give him the recommendation letters. But if that was the case, we wouldn't have a book. So I know Percy's upset, but I'm fine with it because then I could be back in his head. Poseidon's coming in person. That's definitely out of character. Okay, at first I read his underwater palace as his underwear palace. If Percy's on all these quests, he's gonna miss even more of school. I like how it has the little trademark on the Poseidon's private plumbing system. Like that's the technical name. Yeah, kids should not try any of this stuff at home because that would be dangerous. Yeah, having a pool in the ocean is kind of ridiculous. Just a tiny bit. But we don't want to let Poseidon know that because who knows, he might erupt. The gods definitely do create more problems than they solve. Percy owes debt for existing. Okay, him being a child of the big three is not Percy's fault. That's Poseidon's fault. Zeus wanted it to be 25. That would be a lot of books. It's a shame Poseidon can't write one. It's always the winter solstice, isn't it? Nice to know that the gods have a poster board for their quest doings. Annabeth is here! Oh my goodness. I could not even be any more happier. It is hard to be sad when Annabeth's there. Yeah, I don't know if Athena will willingly help Percy. Is the right answer. I thought he dated Rachel. So technically I think he did date somebody else besides Annabeth. Okay, Annabeth will do a lot, but not write your essays, Percy. I hope the dinner is blue. I love Annabeth hanging out with Percy's family. It's so cute. Paul tutored Annabeth. Aww. If Percy didn't get the blue one, that would be a crime. Sally really is amazing. She's a hero in her own right. Oh, great. Is a god gonna show up? Okay, it's better than a god. It's Grover. Yeah, it's a theory because none of them make it that long. Speaking of not making it that long, since this seems to be set before Trials of Apollo, I wonder if a certain someone who's not here with us anymore is going to show up. Maybe. I agree with Grover. Gourds are not that tasty. Besides pumpkin. But everything else, not personally a fan. Ew. I don't like that Gabe chewed with his mouth open. I hate chewing noises. Oh, it is the most annoying thing ever. Okay, I don't like Gabe even more. I didn't like Gabe to begin with, but I definitely could not be around him, both with his stench and his chewing. Shrek, Fiona, and Donkey? Okay, we all know who's who. It's definitely not every day that a god goes with demigods to get a smoothie. I'm gonna guess that Percy got the salty sailor. I think Grover got the Fiji Froyo and Annabeth got the golden eagle. You're gorgeous. Annabeth. So that's why he doesn't like eagles, because Zeus kidnapped him. Honestly, in ancient Greek times, It was not good to be beautiful and ugly. You just wanted to be average. I got it right. I got that the Salty Sailor was Percy's, the Fiji Froyo was Grover's, and the Golden Eagle was Annabeth. I definitely know this group. I'm glad that Annabeth and Grover correct him, because it is a we. Even the gods are doing deliveries. Man, Guy Mead is basically just becoming Hermes, but for drinks. Yes, Grover, he wants his special cup, not just any cup. Percy's right. Those are the 4 main rules of being a god. Becoming one, getting a magic item, losing it, and getting a demigod to find it. There's no other requirements for them. I don't think blueberries on pizza would actually work. Yeah, if Hera stole that cup, I doubt they're getting it back. I know Iris, but I don't know Hebe. Ah, so she's the goddess of youth. Annabeth is making some good points. Why would she hate him if she and Ganymede is basically in the same boat? I don't think demigods are the police. His cup's been missing for a century? Or a week. Okay, I should know that gods do not know how to tell time. He's probably gonna expect Percy to just bring it to him in like 2 milliseconds. Okay, I'm good that Percy clarified that it's gonna be positive and signed. Because that would suck if he went through this whole book and then he just didn't get one. Because licorice. I love licorice. Black licorice is so good, but only like the actual stuff, not like Twizzlers. It has to be like the Australian or like German, like real black licorice. Yeah, this day does not sound happy for Percy. He has to go to a whole day of school, do a quest, and then homework. I love school, and I'm pretty quick at homework, but I don't think I could even do that. Heebie-jeebies. Grover also likes licorice. He's got good taste. Okay, the heebie-jeebie place is definitely giving me Lotus Casino vibes. Grover's usual expression is anxiety and hunger. You know what? That's actually a perfect description of Grover. Okay, I'm glad Percy also mentioned it, because I'm getting very big Lotus Casino vibes. Well, when Annabeth went to the Lotus Casino, she really liked that. I think she was playing a Sims game where you were building a city. So it does make sense that she likes block games. Paul does seem like the kind of person who has a lot of funny ties. I definitely know a few of my teachers wore funny ties constantly. It would be romantic, but we know that Percy can't sing. So it would be cute romantic, but not like romantic. If you can't destroy the monster with water, a sword, or sarcasm, he's defenseless. That is a perfect description of Percy. Oh my goodness. Big shocker, I offended a goddess. Yeah, that's not a shocker. He does that on a daily basis. Personally, I don't think growing old is that terrible. She's always younger than anybody in the room. He told her no. It's kind of funny reading all the stuff about the boomers, because this is for middle schoolers, so I get why. But it's funny because Rick is definitely, I don't think he's a boomer, but he's getting up in age. Like I think he's a Gen X. But it's just funny because it's like he's writing about himself. I want my mommy. We all want Sally. They're 8 years old. That's really cute. Oh my goodness. Okay, this arcade is definitely way better than the Lotus Casino. They're children again. Oh my goodness. His goatee was a Gonti. At least they seem to have the mentality of their normal selves and not their 8-year-old minds, because that would be another level. Grover just headbutted Percy. I kind of hope that Percy goes back home and Sally sees him as an 8-year-old. Because that'd be so cute. Yeah, Annabeth asking for advice means things are bad. It's so funny seeing them act like little kids. Because it's giving definitely nostalgia, as the book says, of the first one, how snarky Annabeth was with all of them. His sword's not working? His sword has a child-proof cap? I love all the information we're learning about Riptide. Hi guys, so we're taking a little break. Well, by we, I mean I'm taking a little break from reading to make Percy Jackson blue cookies. We got all the stuff, so let's make cookies. If you want to just skip past the cookie bit, you can go to this timestamp just to get back to the reaction. But yep, let's go make cookies. Hi guys, so this is our batter. It's definitely a bit more mint and not as blue, but that's the best I'm gonna do. I know blue dye is not the healthiest for you, but it's pretty, so it's fine. And our oven's ready. Hey, the cookies are done. These are definitely the best looking ones. Okay, so it's day 2 of reading Percy Jackson, The Chalice of the Gods. I may or may not have had to stop reading yesterday because my phone was at 7%. So I am excited to find out how they become not children anymore, become their typical selves. So let's get into it. Percy definitely understands Annabeth a lot more now than he used to in the first series. She wants to kidnap a baby chick. I'm with Percy. It is kind of a terrible plan. But it is Annabeth, so I do trust her. To be honest, if you really wanted the hens to not attack you, all you have to do is turn off the lights, because chickens can't see in the dark. Now we know some chicken insults. Squawk, cluck, cluck. Wise girl? I know he didn't say it, but he thought it. Yeah, they're never that lucky. Seaweed brain! Are they gonna sing? I want them so bad to sing. I know Percy can't sing. He has a terrible singing voice, but I still want them to sing. It's funny. Like how it was funny when Hamish sang in Sunrise on the Reaping. I'm not surprised his singing's gonna make things worse. And I'm definitely not shocked. You know, at least for a pep talk, you have your end goal. You know you're either gonna be okay or you're not gonna be there anymore. I don't think I know that song by John Lennon and the Jealous Guy. I'll have to listen to it, but at least off the top of my head, I don't remember it. I don't think we've ever heard Annabeth sing, but I'm not surprised she's also not the best. I don't think they had too many singing lessons at Camp Half-Blood. Percy, you probably shouldn't have said that last bit about wanting to know about the chalice. Annabeth was right to kick you. Okay, right now she's shrinking, right? Hebe's shrinking. I think, it hasn't said the reason why she's shrinking, but I think because the baby chick's in the room and she's always the youngest person in the room, and I think they said the baby was like 2 days old, that's why she's shrinking, is because she wants to be the youngest in the room, and so she's gonna turn into a baby and can't, be mad at them if she's a baby. But I don't know if she can turn them back if she's a baby. Well, I guess Hebe takes after her chickens with biting Annabeth's finger. Gurgle once for yes, and poop yourself for no. Oh my goodness, I love how unserious this whole situation is. Idaho's not that bad of a place, Percy. It's pretty good. I love that we're getting a moment between Percy and Sally because I love their mother-son relationship so much. It does make sense why Percy doesn't typically tell his mom too much about his quests because she is his mom and would definitely worry a lot more, and he doesn't want to put that burden on her. Even in a time of sadness, there are still dishes to be done. I get it, Percy. I also misspell words constantly. I am very thankful for autocorrect. Peanut butter and banana sandwiches are amazing. Gay meat's here. It's blue. Okay. Percy would definitely like to drink that. Of course, Annabeth has a plan. Even Percy said it. Annabeth always has a plan. I don't remember any Irish children. So, I don't even know who could be in Soho. I love all the seaweed brain comments. Blanche. I don't remember who that is. Is it Blanc or is it Blanche? I don't know even how to pronounce this name. Her pictures sell for $1,000 each. Okay, that I'm impressed with. I love that they tell creepy stories to each other. That is definitely classic camp vibes. She can control colors. That's pretty cool. What did Annabeth offer her? Well, at least Iris sent her a gift, because that's better than most of the gods. Even if it's not something she would want. So that was the deal Annabeth offered her, that she gets to take pictures of Grover, and Grover wants to be taking pictures of. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm sure both of them will be very happy about the arrangement. Yeah, praying to yourself would be definitely a bold choice. I love how Ganymede was like, don't let anybody know my chalice is missing. And then every time they meet a goddess, they just bring it up. They're like, hey, this chalice is missing. Do you know where it is? They're very subtle. I agree with Iris. I think the rainbow comet was a little bit too much, Annabeth. So they have 15 days. Just because it's Rick and I know his writing, it's gonna be on the 15th day that they find it. I'm with Percy. I don't know what a carry Keon is, but honestly, a rug beater doesn't seem like too bad of an idea in my book. It would be fun to see Aries knit, because it's definitely not in his character. The river Elizon? And Annabeth doesn't know it? I'm surprised that Grover knows it if Annabeth doesn't. True, the cruelty free does not extend to demigods. He could have gotten all 3 letters from this one quest. Apparently Percy needs to read the fine print. I've never been to Yonkers, so I don't know what it's like, but it definitely does not seem like the place that you'd find a really clean river. There's snakes in the water. I hate snakes. Let's be honest, it's not Grover if he doesn't bring snacks. Yeah, Percy's gonna have to take multiple showers to get all of this off of him. That was a pretty good comment, Percy. And I'm glad you got to make Annabeth smile. He wrote AC plus PJ. Now that is cute. Yeah, it is weird hearing Annabeth say his name, because I'm pretty sure when she was talking to Piper about Luke, she didn't bring up his name. And so, kind of does feel like a bad omen. But the flying shoes would definitely be helpful at this moment. If you make it, great. Wow, Grover has a lot of faith in them. Yeah, the three of them being safe, not very likely. Annabeth just pushed him. I'm honestly, though, not surprised. Okay, I think that that's where I'm gonna end for this first part of the reaction, just because I know I haven't edited the video yet, but I know it's gonna be very long. In a week after this is posted, you can find the second part where I finish the Chalice of the Gods. I'm very excited to find out where the chalice is, and even more I'm excited for all the little Percy and Annabeth moments, because those are definitely my favorite and very nostalgic for me. I loved how in Hebe's chapter it was always like, oh, nostalgia and stuff, and there was definitely a lot of nostalgia because it was very much like the Lotus Casino and everything like that. So I do appreciate Rick is definitely being like, you want nostalgia? I'll give you nostalgia. But with that being said, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!